Host her, and then we're gonna do some cooking. Excuse me, I'm hiccup burping from the sake and the dinner, or the lunch. It was delicious. So it still is in Houston. It's still super humid. I was only there, gosh, a month ago. Maybe a month, yeah. Call or text Sienna, say you've walked down the road and sat in a different place. No, it's fine. I'm just gonna go back up there in a few minutes anyway. And I can see her coming down the road. Cooking or baking? I actually don't know. I thought we were gonna be making muffins, and then she talked about making something else, so we'll see. Whatever it is, it'll be good. So. Give yourself to who? Give yourself to who? Oh, we have someone who wants to park next to me. This is going to be awesome. This is awkward. Someone parking seriously just right next to me. Who's the better cook? Sienna, 100%. 100%. You know why? Because she actually likes to, and I don't. I partially think it's because she had a much better experience with cooking growing up than I did. My experience cooking was being the gopher. Like, my mom used me as the gopher. Like, oh, fetch this, or fetch that, or clean this, or put that away, or, okay, I'm done with this. And then Sienna, she, you know, being a little bit younger than me, she had to be babysat a little bit more than I did, and she couldn't reach everything that I could reach, so she just got to do all the actual fun cooking part. And so for me, cooking was just a chore. It's like, oh, I'm just fetching everything. I'm not actually doing anything fun. And for her, like, it was really fun because she got to do all the, like, the actual cooking part. And because of that, my aunt, who also very much loves to cook, used to have my sister over at her house a lot, and they would do like fun cooking projects. For me, cooking was always a chore, and for her, cooking was always really fun and collaborative. So I actually enjoy cooking with someone else these days, but in general, like, I cook because I have to. I cook because I love to eat, not because I actually enjoy cooking very much. I really just don't like it at all. It's not fun for me. Go for that, go for this. Exactly. Cooking for me is horrible. Yeah, I don't like cooking. Everyone was like, oh, what a terrible Greek woman you are that you don't like to cook. And my response to that is, fuck you. Like, I don't give a shit. I hate cooking. Get over it. I'll do it because I have to, but I'm not going to be happy about it. And you better make it up for me. Now you're grown up, you're aware of it, so cooking can be fun. No, it's still not fun. Just because you know why something isn't fun for you doesn't actually make it fun. I still don't enjoy it. It's just a pain in the ass for me. It's a chore. If you see you next Tuesday, exactly. You're an intelligent Greek woman. I admire and love intelligent women. Well, thank you, Rads. I appreciate that a lot. Here's the thing. Greeks are very, very smart people. Am I a feminist? Yes, but here's my idea of feminist. I just think equality, like straight up equality. I don't think just because I'm a woman I deserve these rights and I'm better than you because I'm a woman and you're a man, and because I've been oppressed for generations before I was born, now that you have to make it up for me, even though I never actually suffered any of those negative consequences and none of you actually did it to me. Like, I think that's BS. I really, really think that's BS. All I think is that women should be allowed to do whatever the hell they want, just like men. That's seriously it. That's it. If I want to be a stay-at-home mom, then fuck you. I'm going to be a stay-at-home mom. And guess what? I kind of am. I'm a working mom. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Cheered. X1000.
Thank you so much for the 1,000 bits. I see. Thank you for the follow. Oh my God. I owe you guys a push-up. I owe you guys a push-up. Do you think women should be allowed to be drafted like men? I have not come up with a solid opinion on drafting. But I do owe you guys a push-up for the 1,000 bits. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. I agree. My Greek ex-girlfriend is very intelligent. She's taught me so much, which I'm still thankful for. Sadly, I wasn't able to keep the relationship. That's too bad. But you know what? Not all relationships are going to work out, so don't worry. If Hermes wants to be a stay-at-home cat, then Hermes will be a stay-at-home cat, damn it. I think drafting is dumb. I'm not going to go on any kind of, I'm not even going to attempt an opinion on that because I clearly do not know enough about the subject to have an opinion. However, I do think that women should be allowed to do all the same stuff that men are allowed to do. That's literally it. And I think if I don't like cooking, maybe I should just, you know, if you're someone who doesn't like cooking or you're someone who doesn't like this or like that, maybe you should just find someone who does like those things. Find the person who's your missing puzzle piece. That's really it. Just find the person who works best with you. Like, if I'm gonna be a work from home mom, and that's okay with Mr. Lanty, which it is, he's totally fine with that. That's great, right? See, I have a lot of things where I can be very traditional when it comes to gender roles. I really can. However, you should just do whatever works for you and find someone who that works for. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? You can press 450 pounds. I'm impressed. Stay-at-home mom and stay-at-home dads don't make good partners. I mean, it really depends on the couple. All of it really, really depends on who you are as a person and who your partner is as a person and whether you can make that work. It's all about finding the person who fills your gaps and works for you. I think I'm gonna have to go pretty soon and find Sienna. So that's why it's like, even though, I don't know. I mean, Sienna is in a good situation where both she and Mr. Suds love to cook, so they do it together. That is like the perfect scenario, in my opinion. But I just so happen not to like cooking. I don't, and guess what? That's okay. I'm a woman who doesn't like to cook. Who gives a shit? There are plenty of men who like to cook. That doesn't mean that they're not allowed to cook because their woman is supposed to do it. Like, what kind of BS is that? Yes, yin and yang, exactly. You complete one another. One person's weakness is the other person's strengths, and the other person's strength, other person's weakness. Exactly. You just complete one another. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you just do whatever works for you as a couple. And this whole, like, defined role of the woman stays at home and the man goes to work, and the woman cooks and the man does the yard work. Like, it doesn't have to be that way. It can seriously just be, you know, whatever works for you, and screw everybody else. Do what works for you. Right? Isn't that the way we should all be? Like, do what works for you. Why try to conform to some kind of expectation that goes generations back? I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. Okay, there she is. I'm all for, like, tradition, and because I'm all for tradition when it comes to people not knowing what they want. And hi, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. If you don't know what you should do, I think tradition is a great thing to fall back on, but I don't think that you should use tradition as a rule book, like, oh, this is the way we have to do it. You know? It's kind of like, oh, well, we don't know what we want to do. What's a good way to do it? Oh, this has worked for generations. Let's just do it that way. That's the way I see it. It's a good thing to do. It, like, does that make sense? If you want to do it differently, like, it's a good template, but if you want to do it differently, then do it differently. That's okay. I don't like watching football or any other sports. That doesn't emasculate me because I don't fit social expectations. Exactly. And I'm a gamer. I'm a gamer. Does that mean, like, that, you know, I'm a girl and people expect me to be a clubber, a drinker? They expect me to be kind of stupid and just want to get married and want a lot of expensive things? No, that's not me at all. like, I do what I want, you know? I'm gonna let that other car go, and then I'm gonna get into Sienna's car.